Did you know that every year 92 million tons of clothing ends up in landfills? That is one garbage truck full of clothes dumped every single second. Oh, and the stuff that doesn't get landfilled? A quarter of that just gets burned. Great for the atmosphere. And then the rest, because yes, there's more, gets shipped off to countries that didn't ask for our cast-offs and don't have the systems in place to even deal with them. And I don't know about you, but I really don't want to contribute to that or be a part of it at all. So instead, I unravel old things and I make something new. And when I can, I thrift people's leftover yarn so that I can use them as well, and they don't get thrown out. And that's what we do here. We reanimate threads. Hi friends, I'm Betty Rage, your favorite nerdy goth mom, and it's time to get a little crafty. So in this video, we are making a dice bag. Because I'm a massive nerd, as most of you already know, and my dice deserve a home that didn't literally cost the earth. And the yarn that I'm using comes from a sweater that I thrifted for $4, unraveled by hand and reclaimed every single yard. And I'm taking you with me to see how it all comes together. Let's go check it out. So today's plan is to head out to the thrift store and see if anything there is really speaking to us to unravel and create this project. In my mind, I have an idea of what I want the dice bag to look like. I don't need it to be super, like fancy or complicated. That's not what we're going for here. I just want to create something that's cool and kind of has its own look to it. Design-wise, we'll get back and we'll write something down, but let's go see if there's something at the thrift store that really speaks to us that we really just have to have. Otherwise, there's a few things in my unraveled recycle yarn stash that we could use in place of, or maybe with, we can do like multiple strands together. So let's just take the opportunity to go see what's there right now. Okay, so we are at this new thrift store that my little country town that I live in has just opened, so it's going to be quite crowded because it's something new. We're going to see what we can find. Also, you like my sunglasses? Yeah, they're pretty awesome. So yeah, let's go. It's too bright. We're going to keep those on. Let's go do that. Let's go see what we can find. So, turns out that was a total bust. They do this thing where they only keep out the in-season clothes. So this might be a pass for me unless it's cold weather, but it's April. So we're not gonna have a bunch of like sweaters out. So we are going to a different one. So we'll hopefully have some luck there. Although I did find I found a dress, long black dress, imagine that. And so that's what we're gonna do next. We'll move forward. This is already annoying. We may end up just using the yarn stash from home, but we'll try a couple more if we need to. So that went well, really well. We've got this pretty bluish green color here. This beautiful purple that I'm leaning towards this purple. It's really soft and stretchy. It's acrylic, whatever. Then I found this cotton tweed that I'm absolutely going to make something for myself out of. Wonderful, it's cotton. And then I got so lucky. I got a gray, a beautiful shade of gray, 100% cashmere. This is fully cashmere from Banana Republic. Do you see that? 100%, and it's a large, so there's so much cashmere here. So that is going to be, that's probably the best thing I've ever found in a thrift. That much cashmere at one time. I'm just elated. So we're obviously not making a dice bag out of cashmere, but this is a super, super exciting haul. Yeah, any day that I can get like that much cashmere for, you know, $4, I'm here for it. So I think we're good. We can go back home and start making some plans, maybe add in some stuff we already have in our stash. I like the purple a lot. I like the blue a lot. So we might just play around with those two or just pick one. But yeah, I'm excited. All right, it is day 2. We're moving and grooving on this project, you know. Okay, so we got some sweaters yesterday to unravel at the Goodwill. And I have seam ripped this purple one because this one I really do think this is what I'm going to use. So we've got a panel and a panel and a panel, all the panels, and you know, purple fluff everywhere because of that. I like the color a lot. What I'm frustrated with is it's not acrylic, which, I mean, if I just looked, I would see. It's polyester. It's very fibrous and very stretchy. So we're getting a lot of this. Like it's cotton puffing out a little bit. When I wind it, I'm going to be needing to wind it double strand so that when I'm pulling from the cake, I can just, because there's really no scenario where I'm going to use this by itself. So that is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I want to incorporate a green with this as well, and I think that that would be really neat to do the green and the purple and maybe black, which I think those go kind of really cool together and do kind of offer a Halloween vibe, but it doesn't actually have to be Halloween. So that is the one that I definitely feel like we want purple in this particular project for this bag. I think, you know, D&D, throwing your dice into a little pouch, you know, heading off to your game. I play a lot of cutesy characters, but my main character that I play is a Grave Domain cleric. She's really cool. Her name is Rose. If I was really making this just for one character, I would have themed it, you know, like red or, you know, some rose color. I didn't want to go that route for this one, but it would be easy to do that. Have a different pouch with a different set of dice for each character that you play in different games, depending on how many games that you play. But at the end of the day, it's still just a little pouch. So if you don't carry dice in it, I mean, you can put your stitch markers in it, like whatever. This was one of the other ones that we got. I have not done the seam ripping. I'm going to be honest with you, sitting down to seam rip can take a really long time. Because you do want to be careful, because you've just ripped through it, then you're creating like a purple, then you're creating just a bunch of strips. And that's not what you want. You want it to be able to unravel and then unravel and then unravel all back and forth so you have like one big long piece. I mean, of course, it does cut and you do get smaller pieces and you just tie them, you knot them in with a magic knot and you move on. Not a big deal. But the seam ripping part is kind of crucial to getting it to really work right for you. So we have that. So this one is a clean edge where I am currently pulling from on this one. And so it'll pull here and then just keep going hopefully, and ideally we get to the end on this side, which this one is giving me some grief, so I'm not sure if I have the right one just yet. There, it's also stuck together. It got a little frayed down here, otherwise it would start going back to the other. And you see what I'm saying? Like, this is like what happens when you get a string on your underwear, the elastic in your underwear, and you pull it, and then like all of your underwear starts to unravel. I'm getting real with you today, okay? It's just pulling elastic string. So that is a little concerning for me, but I'm gonna press forward. So I didn't almost die in a car accident with a broken neck in 2014 for me to give up on some yarn in a sweater. So we're gonna keep on. We're gonna push. When I get a sweater and I unravel it, I take the tag with the like what the fabric is, and this is a recycled polyester, which already great, love that. So I take the tag and I put the tag on top of the sweater or just the yarn if I forget to do it before I unravel it, which happens. And I take a picture. And then I keep that in a folder on my phone or my computer so that when I go to make something, say I have somebody in my life, if I'm making a gift, and they're allergic to wool, well, that means that I'm able to, you know, be certain that I'm not giving them something with wool in it, because wool gets into a lot of things, and some people really do have wool allergies, or they just have sensitive skin, and anything with like a little bit of an itch or whatever is going to bother them. I say that as a mother of very neurodivergent children and a neurodiverse person myself. So that is a challenge, and that is very real. So that is how I kind of keep that without having to keep this. Can I keep this? And a lot of times, yes, I do, along with the yarn, but let's be real. I'm going to lose this. Like ADHD AF, I'm going to lose this. It just saves me the uncertainty down the road. Anyway, this is cotton and it's stiff. You know, this is probably a really good one to incorporate with for a bag. And the two colors actually are really nice together. Like, that's pretty, right? But this it's very jewel toned. Like, it's very pretty. That is nice. But I kind of want to go more of a green. So we'll get this unraveled. And my process is to seam rip, unravel into a ball, which we're starting here, and then take that ball and wind it into a cake. And once you've done that, then you're able to just start a project. This here is examples of my unraveled yarn. We have where we've already caked it up, and we have the ball. That's some really fun color. Dang. We're going to have to think about all this. This is what we're going to have to do. We can't really do anything, though, until we get this unraveled. So I'm going to get into that. That's going to be my day today, is basically unraveling this. And if I can have time to crochet something else, because I do get tired of doing the unraveling and I want to do something different, or like sit down with my crochet hook and actually do like create instead of destroy. Today we are going to just unravel some stuff. So I should probably get into that like now. Okay. A legit 3.5 hours or so later, we have this little guy here, which is the full back panel. So I still have 2 sleeves and a front panel to unravel. Did I mention that this is not a quick process? Oh, okay, good. Because it's not. It's really messy too. There's like little pieces everywhere. But hey, we're going to do the front panel, and then we're going to wind both of them at the same time into the same cake, because I want it to be thick. So we're going to keep unwinding, but I'm starving, so I'm going to go pause for the day. You can get something to eat. So if I get back at it tonight again, great. If not, see you tomorrow. Hello. Day 3, here we are. So if I look a little tired to you, you are correct. So I have something to show you. Oh, not you. You know what this is? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It is the sweater that we bought. And this would be the front panel and this would be the back panel. I still have 2 sleeves, but I don't need those right now. So our next step is to take this incredibly cheap yarn winder here and wind these double strand. We'll take these, wind them up double strand just like this to where we have this, you know, more hefty strand here. I'm excited to get this going. Also, welcome. This is my room. This is another space that I will be having to use for these projects. So welcome. Yes, I can play the guitar. Just before you put it in the comments, I play the guitar and I play the piano, which I have one of those over there. Let's wind some yarn, okay? Okay, so this is what I do when it comes to my yarn winding. I'm not gonna bore you with a step-by-step how to wind yarn situation here. This is my working yarn bowl that I have all of the projects I'm currently working. So this little Rae Dunn cauldron has been my favorite yarn bowl because of how it like curves out. I don't have anything to like wind, like it doesn't have a hole or whatever, but I find I don't need it. It does really good with winding. And yes, it does say, "Witch better have my candy." I mean, but I am completely aware that it is a Halloween candy bowl. So both of these little guys will fit in here together, which makes it so much better. And then, you know, but this is how it goes. Let me bring the camera over so you can see. Man the camera and do this. We'll see. See, so they roll through easily and we're winding this beautiful purple. Ooh, looks like we failed. If this has never happened to you, then I don't think you've ever wound yarn before. Okay, I'll get to fixing that now. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna start this again. Most of this is on the floor now. And if you out there and you have all the fun, amazing gadgets that make this incredibly simple, I am so happy for you. No, I mean, that sounds really sarcastic, but I am happy for you. I promise. We have them. We have 2 cakes of this very pretty purple yarn. Yes, am I slightly concerned about the fact that it's so fuzzy? It's actually a lot better now that it's wound with another strand. And I think this is gonna be really pretty. I mean, you can kind of see in the cake. So there's like little flecks of white in here and dog hair because I have a corgi. Like, that's what happens, okay? Speaking of Faye, do you need to see Faye today? Come here, Faye. She would say hi. You say hi. Oh my goodness, kisses. Kisses from Faye. Kisses from Faye. That's all that I'm gonna work on this project today. I spent like 6 hours unraveling that sweater, so I'm not really gonna work on it anymore today. We have both of our little cakes here ready to go for tomorrow. We're gonna pull out some other colors and figure out exactly the design we want to go with for this little baggy bag. And I mean, I'm thinking, look, we want simple, but we also want kind of unique because we don't just want to be like everybody else. We don't do that here. We march to the beat of our own drum. So I'm kind of thinking some fun design, definitely some more fun color. This purple is incredible. So we'll get back to this tomorrow. Welcome to my kitchen. We're gonna make some tea. I'm a little bit of a tea snob, a little bit. Only because I grew up in Appalachia, really big on Appalachian folk medicine, herbal teas, things like that, and I have my herbs here. I'm gonna make it's a rose hibiscus tea, 2 parts rose hibiscus, 1 part marshmallow root, 1 part ginseng root, 1 part skullcap root, and 1 part peppermint. And it's delicious. And if you've never seen what marshmallow root looks like, that's it. And yeah, it smells like marshmallows. I'm not even gonna lie. So where are we in this project that has now spanned 4 days? Of course, I've been doing other things, obviously. I'm not just doing this one thing. So this is the 4th day that we are working on this, though. But where are we in this project, right? So we went to the thrift store. We picked up our sweater. We decided which color we wanted to unravel for this project. And then we unraveled the sweater. I like to grind up the skullcap root and the ginseng root together. And then yesterday, we have taken the time to wind them up, cake it up. So we are gonna pour our our boiling water into this cute little teapot. I think I almost love purple as much as I love black. Almost. So because this is an herbal tea, we are gonna let this one steep for like 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll let that hang out there. So what are we doing next? We are now deciding what other color yarn from our stash we'd like to add to this project, coordinate the colors, and then kind of working out the design. You mean I totally went into this project without figuring out a pattern or design first? Yeah. No, I don't know. No, I don't have one. However, what we're gonna do though, we're gonna sit down with our tea and our yarn. We're gonna finalize our design for this pattern, and we're going to whip it up. I think I wanna add a belt loop, but I think I also wanna add a strap. And my reasoning for this is, this little pouch is probably gonna go to like Ren Fair with me or my kid. So having it to where I don't have to carry it in my hands or lose it would probably be the best way to go about it. So then it's like, well, how big do we make it? So these are all the questions that I'm gonna have to finalize here in a moment. Once we sit down and decide exactly what other colors we're gonna bring into the mix besides our beautiful purple that we've already unraveled and then caked up. So let's take our tea, let it keep steeping for a bit, and our mug, and we're gonna go look at the yarn, figure out a design, and finally get started on the construction of this thing. Okay, we're back here in my little cryptic corner of the world, and we have tea. I have opened my Pinterest. We're scrolling through. We're looking at a few options here. Some good things, you know. I also don't want to make it too incredibly difficult, because this is not meant to be difficult. There's a lot of steps in the process of like going to get a thrift sweater, washing and drying a thrift sweater, unraveling the thrift sweater, winding up the thrift sweater yarn. So there's a lot involved in that. So I didn't want to make it super duper complicated. But we do need to talk about yarn and, well, no, we need to talk about color and what we're going to add to this. So initially, obviously, this is our purple that we made. We took from the sweater, then we unraveled it, and then we wound it. And this is what we have. Isn't she pretty? I think she looks great. So this is a recycled polyester. Okay. Good to know for if we gift this away. I want to put it because I feel like this is super cute and kind of like Halloweeny. No, definitely kind of witchy, but I want to put it with this one. I think I love this together. So this has a little flecks of black. This has a little flecks of white. I'm going to put these together. But on top of that, I think I'm going to use this. This is yarn that I thrifted from someone. So it's acrylic. And I think it's Burnett's fluffy or whatever, but it is, this is just, and it's a little bulky. So what I think I'm going to do is do a round in the purple and black, and then do a round in the green and black, and then purple, black. Final decision. This is what we're going for. And I think I'm going to use, I have a 6 and I have a 6.5. So, and then I'm like, do I actually need an 8? I think we're going to go with the 6. we'll see how this goes. If it ends up feeling weird because there's too much bulk to the yarn and the 6 feels, then I may actually switch it out. But maybe I'll just do a couple of like pieces for swatching. Swatching is always smart, but I don't really do it that often. So we'll get started on that. Start with purple, start with green. I'm going to start with purple. I already think that this was a good move. Yeah, the two together. So what we're going to start with is we're going to do a magic circle and then of 6. So the second round would be 2 double crochet in every stitch. So that would give us 12. And then we're going to increase one more time to 24. And then we will start going up from there. So I'll get my magic circle. I call it a magic ring sometimes too. I don't know if other people do that. I don't know. Am I weird? Well, I mean, I know I'm weird, but for other reasons. Okay, so we have a little circle. I don't know how you do your magic circle. There's about 8 billion different ways to do it. Uh-oh, we lost purple. We may have to switch hooks. Okay, we made the right choice. Look how cool that looks. I already love it. So at this point, we're gonna do a little color change. Essentially, we're going to get the green on, drop the purple, do the green round, and switch back in a second. And the same spot. So I'm gonna do that and listen to my little book that I've been listening to. We have progress. If you can see, we're doing rows, purple, green, purple. I like the way that it's turning out a lot. Quite a bit left to go. Well, maybe not quite a bit. So I'm going to keep listening to Dracula commentary, keep working away on this, and then we will see where we're at. By the time I have to stop today. I was hoping to be finished, but I also would just like to have something good. So what we might be finished with is the bag portion, and any kind of straps or things like that might be finishing up tomorrow. So we'll see how far I go with it. So this is what we've accomplished today. I haven't done any of the end weaving here, but I did make this drawstring, and I put all of the colors in the drawstring, so black, green, and purple. And then of course we have our stripe of green, our stripe of purple, and the black going through both, and that's fun. So this used to be a part of a sweater. So for today, I believe this is all I'm going to finish. For the purposes of a dice bag, it's done. But I think I want to put a strap on it because I've made it kind of multi-purpose. Because if I wanted to, say I want to take this to the Ren Fair with me, I can actually put a water bottle in here. And if I put a crossbody strap on it. So we have made a little multi-purpose here, and we love that. But yeah, I think that this is really cute, and I really like the colors. It's giving witch. Yeah. I show you one completed drawstring dicey bag made from recycled sweaters fully repurposed for our little dicey pleasures. And I actually mean dice, before people get weird. My strap on here is a little short, but that's also because I'm gonna give this to my child. So we're super happy with the way our little dice bag came out here. I do like the fact that I chose to alternate between the purple and the green. It came out really, really pretty. But for the purpose that we put it together for today, it is great at holding dice, which was what we were after. So for the actual construction, we had made our magic circle at the bottom and did 6, did 12, increased until we were about the size of a water bottle. And then we did double crochet every single row, alternating between the green and the purple. And then when we got to about the place that we felt like we wanted to put the drawstring, we did triple crochet and skipped. We did 2 triple crochet and then chain 1 and skipped a stitch so that we'd have this cool little hole so that we could put our our drawstring through. So all in all, super happy with this. We were able to take a sweater and turn it into a dice bag. And who doesn't need another dice bag? Because I promise you, you need more dice. Yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me while we took something old and made it new again, and kept at least one more thing out of the landfills. Be good to each other, love each other, make good choices, and as always, free mom hugs from me to you. Bye, I'll see you in the next one.